Hello, this is Chef John from foodwishes.com with Gravy Stuffed Stuffing Muffins. That's right, not only are we making muffins with Thanksgiving stuffing, we are also stuffing that stuffing with something. And that something would be a delicious country gravy. And I know it might sound kind of crazy, because it sort of is. But these really were truly amazing, and they're a must-try for any stuffing fanatic like me. So with that, let's go ahead and get started with our country gravy, which is going to start by melting some butter in a saucepan over medium-high heat, to which we will add any kind of raw sausage meat. And what I have here is 1 link of mild turkey Italian sausage that I removed from the casing. And what we're going to do here is crumble this up as it browns, but also brown it up as it crumbles. And as usual with this kind of stuff, I think the smaller the better. And while you could certainly use a regular pork Italian sausage for this, or even the more traditional pork breakfast sausage, since we're eventually going to shove this stuff into a Thanksgiving-themed stuffing muffin, I thought the turkey would work out even better. But anyway, like I said, we'll go ahead and cook that over medium-high heat until it's been crumbled up fairly finely and starts to brown up and take on some nice color. And then what we'll do once it looks a little something like this is go ahead and switch to a whisk, and we will toss in a little bit of all-purpose flour, which is going to combine with that melted butter and the fat that rendered out of the sausage to create a paste we call a roux, R-O-U-X. And that's what's eventually going to thicken our gravy. So we'll stir that in and cook it for about 2 minutes. And then once we've taken the raw edge off that flour, we'll go ahead and toss in some freshly sliced green onions. And we will cook those stirring, but only for like a minute. Okay, I do not want to brown those onions because I don't want them getting soft and sweet. I think here we want them to retain a little bit of sharpness and a little bit of texture. So we'll only cook those for about a minute before pouring in our cold milk. And because that milk is very cold, and that roux is very hot, we're not going to have to worry about getting any lumps. Okay, we actually have a t-shirt that says that. Cold milk, hot roux, no lumps. And then all we have to do here is cook this stirring until it comes back to a boil, at which point, as you're about to see, it's going to thicken up beautifully. So we will just keep stirring, still on medium-high heat, and eventually we should end up with something that looks a little something like this. And right here, I'm going to go ahead and switch to a spatula, so maybe you can get a little better idea of how thick we're talking. Okay, which is pretty thick. And then to finish this off, we'll go ahead and season it with some salt, a few shakes of cayenne, as well as some freshly ground black pepper. And that's it. We'll stir that in and just cook it for like 1 more minute, at which point we can turn off the heat because we're done. And all we have left to do is carefully transfer this into a bowl, because we're going to want to let this cool all the way down before we use it. And yes, as you may have noticed, this is a little thicker than your classic country gravy, but for it to work as a stuffing for a stuffing muffin, it really does need to be at least this thick. And if you make it ahead like I did, once it cools down we can wrap that up and pop it in the fridge until needed. Which, if you have time, is the way to go, since the colder and thicker this is, the easier it's going to be to work with. And that's it. Once our country gravy is done, we can move on to the stuffing, into which the stuff we just made will be stuffed. And that's going to start with a whole bunch of butter set over medium-high heat, in which we're going to saute some diced celery and onions, along with a nice big pinch of salt. And what we'll do is cook that stirring for about 4 or 5 minutes, or until the onions just start to turn translucent. And then once that's been accomplished, we'll go ahead and add our poultry seasoning, as well as a whole bunch of freshly ground black pepper. And we'll give that a stir and cook it for another minute. And in case you're wondering, poultry seasoning is mostly just dried sage and thyme and maybe rosemary and a few other things. And it's one of those ingredients that gives Thanksgiving stuffing its signature flavor. So don't skip that, please. And if you have to Google how to make your own, go ahead. Very important. And that's it. To finish this off, we'll go ahead and add our chicken or turkey broth or stock. Alright, preferably homemade. But as usual, do what you have to do. And a packaged broth will work out just fine. And then all we have to do before we can use this to make stuffing is wait for it to come to a boil. Which, as you know, if you're staring at it, will never happen. So while we wait, we can go ahead and grab our bread cubes, which hopefully we have in a nice big mixing bowl. And in case you're keeping score at home, I did this with sourdough, but of course your favorite stuffing mix will work. And then even though we're using some dry herbs in the wet ingredients, I think we also want to add some fresh herbs in here as well, which I'm doing with some parsley, sage, and thyme. And if you want to finish the quartet, you could also add a little bit of rosemary. That's up to you. I mean, you are, after all, the peaches and herb of your stuffing muffins fresh herb. But be careful, too much rosemary can really overpower things. And then what we'll do once our broth finally starts to boil is we'll go ahead and very carefully pour it over the top. And at first it might seem like it's too much, But you'll see, as long as your bread cubes were completely dry, it will all get absorbed in very nicely. And by the way, you see all that steam that's being released as we stir? That is a good thing, because the last ingredient in this is going to be some beaten eggs, and it would be really nice if those don't scramble. So what we'll do is mix the broth in first. And by the time we're done, most of that heat's going to have dissipated, and we can go ahead and safely pour in our eggs. And then we'll give that one more final mix. And basically that's it. A fairly straightforward, classic herb stuffing. Or technically dressing if you don't put this in a bird, which we're not. Except stuffed dressing muffins don't sound as good, so I'm going with stuffing here. But anyway, once all that's been mixed up, we will go ahead and transfer that into a very, very, very generously buttered muffin tin. And so as to get these as even as possible, a good strategy here is to fill them up to the top, and then go around with the extra, topping each one with about the same amount. And yes, as you can see, we are going to pile these up nice and high. And then what we'll do once our muffin pan has been stuffing is take a wet finger and make a nice big hole into the center of each one. And while we do want to poke down pretty far, we do not want to go all the way to the bottom. Okay, so try to stop about an inch from the pan. Oh, and the only reason we're wetting our finger is that it just helps prevent that stuff from sticking to our skin. And that's it. You've probably already figured out the next step. We'll go ahead and pull our gravy from the fridge and place about 2 tablespoons, give or take, into each hole. And because we made our gravy so thick, we don't have to worry too much about it leaking through the sides. But having said that, try to get it as centered as you can. And then once our stuffing muffins have been stuffed, we will use 2 damp hands to sort of pull up and press over that excess stuffing around the sides, hopefully successfully sealing all that gravy inside. And there's basically 2 different ways you can go here. You can use this method, where we put all our stuffing into the muffin pan first, and then just pull it up the sides like you see me doing here to seal. Or if you're into extra steps, you could, if you want, just reserve like 12 spoonfuls of the stuffing, and then use that on top to cover the hole, which is basically going to work about the same. But either way, as long as that gravy's centered, and mostly covered by the bread, we're going to be okay. In fact, because we're going to cook this in a hot oven, even if you smear a little bit of that gravy on the surface, it's still going to crust over and look amazing and work perfectly. And that's it. Once those are set, we'll go ahead and brush the tops very generously with melted butter, which is going to help us achieve even a darker, crustier surface. Plus, when you're talking stuffing, you can't really have too much butter. And that's it. Those are now ready to transfer into the center of a 400-degree oven for about 20 minutes or so. Oh, and speaking of butter, because these might leak a little bit, I did put a pan on the bottom rack. But anyway, we'll do these at 400 for about 20 minutes, or until they look like this. Oh yeah, those are some handsome stuffing muffins if I do say so myself. And of course, it's normal to want to eat something this delicious right away, but we really do want to let them sit and cool for about 5 minutes in the pan before we try to remove them. Otherwise, they might break apart. And yes, of course you could use some paper liners if you want, but I didn't bother, because if you let them sit for about 5 or 10 minutes, they should lift out easily just like this. And then what we'll do to finish these off is, of course, top them with your regular turkey gravy. And in a perfect world, I would also have all the other Thanksgiving fixings around this. But I don't. But to hopefully make it up to you, I'm going to top this with some freshly sliced green onions. And that's it. My country gravy stuffed stuffing muffin was ready to enjoy. So let me go ahead and slice in so you can see what's going on. And what's going on, if everything's gone according to plan, is a perfect muffin of stuffing with a crispy, crusty, buttery exterior, with a soft, moist, custardy interior, plus in the center a beautiful nugget of molten country gravy. And speaking of gravy, since that turkey gravy was right next to me, I couldn't help myself and drizzle down a little more. And that, my friends, really was tremendous. Or you hand me some plain Thanksgiving stuffing, and I'm a happy guy. But when I get to enjoy one that has not 1, but 2 gravies, that right there takes it up to a whole other level. And as far as the flavor goes, the funny thing is, I'm not a huge sausage stuffing guy. Okay, I really do prefer more of a traditional plain herb stuffing. But for whatever reason, having the sausage in the country gravy somehow seems to work out even better than if we'd put the sausage in the stuffing itself. Alright, I can't really explain it, so I'll stop trying. But it really was fantastic. So I'm going to go ahead and take one more bite before finishing up by showing you how cool these are going to look in a basket, possibly next to a big bowl of persimmons, on your holiday table. And your family will be like, what kind of dinner rolls are those? And you'll be like, dinner rolls? Those are gravy stuffed stuffing muffins. Or if you don't want to confuse people, just serve them right in the pan. But either way, I really do hope you give these a try soon. So please follow the links below for the ingredient amounts, a printable written recipe, and much more info as usual. And And as always, enjoy.